As you can see, this is our Brussels sprouts and cauliflower. They're doing really good. This is what you would probably buy at a store in the packet. We started them early, so we're pretty much ready to go. Let's get a big handful and that's a little guy. We'll just leave him back. It's time to get them out. And I'll show you what I'm going to do in the garden. Just laying them this flat over here and moving them outside. As you can see, pretty good looking stuff. I'm just aiming for the big ones right now. I'm not trying to force the small ones out. But it's way over time to get them outside.
Alright, so before we had some collard and some mustard greens in here. I've kind of taken those out as it's gotten too hot in here and they've went to seed. All except for this one, which is a collard green. And yeah, I took all the mustard greens out. The rest of this right here is lettuce.
We have two different types. We've got the Grand Rapids and
which is this one.
Yeah.
And then the Ramon lettuce. Alright.
Yep.
Now, we also have Crookneck Squash growing right here. And then we've got some straight neck squash here. And some zucchini. And then some, these are going to be watermelons. I just planted these the other day, so there's actually, I was kind of piecing it together. So there's a row of watermelons here because I only had about 5 or 6 seeds of that brand. Then I planted these the other day as well. These are sweet watermelons. And then these are bush baby watermelons, so the smaller ones. And then we have okra, and I actually replanted some of the okra. You can see them coming up here, and one over here. I replanted some going down through here out of a different packet because that was a packet from last year. Right here we have Roma tomatoes, and then we have the beefsteak tomatoes. Over here we're doing a new thing this year called Tomatillos. That's what these are right here.
We usually just pick green tomatoes and make it out of it, but this year we actually got a tomato to make.
Yeah, this year Frankie decided we needed tomatillos.
Yeah. I like green salsa.
We have a couple cantaloupes.
Regular tomatoes is fine.
Our little peppers are starting to come up. Those are cayenne peppers. These will be banana peppers. There's a couple of those coming up. It takes peppers a long time to come up compared to everything else, it seems. Then we have some jalapenos. They're coming up pretty good. In this goofy little container, I put some cauliflower, and we have one little survivor hanging out right here. And then over here, we have 2 different kinds of broccoli. I don't remember exactly what they are, but there's 2 different kinds, and they're not quite big enough to transplant yet. The other day I put some spinach in here and some ruby red lettuce right here and some salad bowl lettuce right here that I'm trying. These 2 are brand new. We've never done these 2 varieties before. The ruby red lettuce and the salad bowl lettuce. We haven't tried those yet. But we love the spinach. And I'm sure as soon as it pops up, I'm going to wish I'd have done more. The herbs that Frankie planted are coming up. Now we had a couple of chickens kind of dig in these beds, so they're not really in rows anymore. Alright, in here I planted carrots. And in here I planted some more carrots. And the pack fell over. The pack got wet, so I just went ahead and planted them all. Get out of there! I blame the chickens, but it was very likely the dogs helping. Weeding?
Yeah. Show them your greens over there.
Now, in here, we moved out our mustard greens. And our collards. And some more of the romaine lettuce. And the Grand Rapids. And then these are beets. Okay? Now, I need to come through and clip, kind of thin out some of these mustard greens so that they don't get too big and too bitter. It does not take long. I also have a little patch of beets right in here behind them, and I may go in and thin out some of these mustard greens so the beets can catch up. But that's those. Our shade cloth, which is back here, which we had used it to cover up that bed with our last frost. And then this one is also herbs. He has this wire laid across it to where the chickens can't get in it and the dogs can't get in it. We have onions down there. And this one they scratched up pretty bad, and Frankie just kind of leveled it out. But there's all kinds of stuff in here. Alright, we're gonna go see what Frankie's doing in the garden.
Alright, this is fabric from last year and staples from last year. Some of them are pretty bent. You can bend them back and reuse them if you can. Some of them are still good. They're just a little wider and bigger. If I'm going to go along, I use a little rototiller just to chop the surface up.
Our strawberries are starting to bloom. I bet you the bees are loving that. Not on a day like today because it's kind of chilly, but
Right.
Frankie's getting rid of some
Weeds out of our strawberries.
our buttercups.
Yeah, buttercups. Alright, this is the fabric from last year. Already has holes already in it. It's that long lasting stuff. It's longer than it's supposed to be, so what I did is just fold it underneath itself and then staple it down. There's two layers right here, as you can see, because this piece goes somewhere else in the garden.
But not this year.
And I have this little bit thing I bought off of eBay. It's for planting. And I just use this little rototiller. I didn't really go deep because I've already tilled it up once from the strawberries to the end of the taters. So I can't really get in here with a tractor or... So I'm just using this bit. It works pretty good. It goes down pretty deep. That's a 6-inch hole right there. There's a bucket of soil. It's got worms in it, as you can see. Let's go ahead and pour that in that hole. And that's what you stick your plane in there. I'll go ahead and grab one just to show you. Some of these lower limbs you can just pinch off like this. It's already right where you want it, really. Stick your plane in there. kind of get it center of the hole. And just do little pinches around it. I usually do it. There you go. One down. And I'm gonna keep going down through here, just using this drill and filling it after I get done with the drill with the potting mix. The potting mix has a little bit of peat moss, coffee grounds, fertilizer, and a little bit of peat moss from last year. That's some wet stuff. As you can see, this is the wettest part of our garden. Just by looking in those trenches right here. This is where it's all sloped to. So. Alright, here's one plant right here. See these little limbs? This is the bottom two. Take off. Grab a pinch of this, drop it in. Make sure all the roots go in. Pack it around there. And just dump this around so you keep the plant from falling down on the plastic is the most important part.
So it doesn't burn up.
So it don't burn up. See how I pushed it over here because it's leaning that way? And just like that. Go to your next one. Just a hole like this. It's about the bit's head. Pinch it like that. You can toss some more around there just to keep the moisture there. That one's done. Right now is a good time to get these plants in the ground. Otherwise it's going to get too hot and they won't be able to take it because they'll be too small. As you can see, they're in pretty good shock right now and it's not even hot out right now. It's kind of cool. So the faster you get these greens in, or Brussels sprouts, cabbage.
Brassicas.
Yeah, the brassicas.
Your cool weather crops.
Yeah. The faster you get them in now, the better off you are. We had our last strong freeze a couple days ago.
That's not to say we won't get another light frost. But
yeah. As long as it doesn't stay cold for too long, we'll be okay. It's time. And these guys are taking up space in our greenhouse to plant our other seedlings for summertime.
Such as cucumbers.
Yep, these are big enough. They're huge to be in the ground right now. Looks like I got a couple more left. I think I can show you. How many we got planted?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. We'll have 28. Let me stand this little guy back up. Sit. Ladybug, I can't see what I'm doing. Oh. Seriously. Sit down. Bless America. Makes it complicated when the root grows like that. The little worm back in there. All the roots.
Lady. Over here.
Huh? Nothing. He was just falling over. where the bottom of the stalk cuts in real
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just took it back out and redid it.
Alright, this is Ruby Homestead, and thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. I'm just going to water them in a little bit.